What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to 18 DOA. Thanks for joining me today. Today we've got a topic that's kind of crazy, man. It's one that I keep seeing it pop up. They're asking the question, why today men refuse to settle down? And so I listened to a few conversations about it, and a lot of people had some good points on both sides, men and women. Here's my thoughts on this topic. And I've shared this with a couple of my homegirls and just people in my inner circle. And it goes like this. It's pretty much the men that can actually go outside and actually attract women to them, right? Like, if you're one of those men, you know you are. You know who I'm talking to. If I'm talking to you, you know I'm talking to you. And the ones that don't have this experience, you know I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking about you, I should say. But for those guys, what society has done is created this big playground for that kind of man. That kind of man has his choosing. Like it's he can choose, and oftentimes he has a hard time choosing who, because there's so many different options. And I'm speaking for myself. I experience this when I go outside, when I go anywhere. If I just go to the grocery store, if I go just make a quick run over here, over there, let alone actually go out, there's always just a lot of women who, they gravitate towards me, or, they give me that kind of energy, they give me that kind of play. And again, I know this is not every guy's experience, but for the ones that do have this experience, when they step outside, yes, I don't know if they will admit it or not, but what I will say right here on this platform, 18 DOA, is that the modern woman has turned the dating culture today into a player's paradise. It's a player's paradise. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. It's a player's paradise because you get all the perks without any of the commitment, because of the body positivity, or the feminist movement, or this kind of modern, I'll do whatever I want with my body. If I'm horny, I'll go do it. Go with this guy, I'll go with that guy. Whatever. I shouldn't be shamed for this shameless society people keep debating about. Well, while everyone is debating, there's a lot of guys out there they're just having their way, and they're not committing. And then a lot of women are saying that they can't find guys to commit to them, and et cetera, which is interesting because most guys are single, right? Single and available. But most women are saying they can't find a good guy to settle down with because most of them are competing for the same small portion of men, or a small percentage of men. So there's a small percentage of men that most of the women gravitate towards. And that small percentage of men, they're not they're not incentivized to settle down because now they have so many options. And they're getting all the benefits without any of the commitment. Women don't care about commitment anymore. Again, speaking from personal experience, I have yet to come across someone who wanted serious commitment before giving up boxing. And I'm just being honest, and I know this is not something that's going to surprise most of you hearing this, right? It's not going to surprise most people listening to this if you're familiar with today's society and how the dating culture is today, especially here in the West. The hookup culture, this isn't something that guys did. This is something women did, because women control that. That's, you guys are the gatekeepers to that. You know what I mean? So when the gate is wide open, that's not men. That's not men. That's women. The women have created this hookup culture, this shameless culture, body positivity, et cetera, all these different things. And this is the outcome. It's a player's paradise out here. Outside is a player's paradise. It is a player's paradise. I'm telling you. So with that being said, will things ever go back to normal? I don't know. It may take a couple generations at this point to kind of settle everything down, because it only seems to be getting worse. Now, I do see a change in the right direction where people are now talking about this. People are now debating, hey, where did we go wrong? But I mean, it's so far gone now that it's like, well, for the guys who may be in that small percentage of men who can have their way, but they're actually looking for something good, here's the thing, this hookup culture, you know, this modern dating society has limited that man's option. Now he feels like, wow, there's no good women because they're all turned out. They all have a huge number of bodies. You know what I mean? And again, a lot of the good girls that those guys would go for, they're entertaining the Pookies and the Ray Rays, you know, or whatever people call them. You know, they're entertaining those guys, and then once they're heartbroken, impregnated a dozen times, and thrown to the side and cheated on over and over again, then they want one of those guys. Like, oh well, you know, and again, we all know this story, so it just seems to be getting a little bit worse over time. And I don't know what it's gonna take to kind of get back on the right track, but hopefully sooner than later. That's my take on it, guys. Just real quick, again, thanks for joining me on 18 DOA. Please come back again. Matter of fact, go ahead and subscribe if you stayed all the way to the end and you valued my opinion on this topic. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and come back for the next video. All right, peace.